Happy vacation day! We're finally here. We are packing up and getting ready for our week-long vacation to the Carowinds and King's Dominion. It's a lot different when it is a week-long vacation as opposed to just a weekend getaway. So come along, pack with us, join us on our trip, and I will show you how we plan to eat healthier throughout the road trip and just show you all the cool things at these amusement parks. So like I said, this is a week-long trip, so there's a lot more things to plan for. If you saw my grocery haul from the other day, then you know that I don't have to worry about lunch or dinner this week because we're going to be at the amusement parks eating thanks to the food plan. So all I have to worry about is breakfast and snacks. Now, over here, if you can see, I've got like all of our snacks and like breakfast items all set out here. We're gonna bring a huge cooler and we're also gonna bring a lunchbox that we're gonna keep in the car for all of our snacks. I gotta get all this stuff packed. Let me show you what I've got going on. So this is just kind of a sneak peek of all the food that we have going in. A lot of this stuff right here will be going in the cooler, but I've got a bunch of snack bars here and then some string cheese that's gonna go inside this lunchbox. I've got a little bit of grapes. There's some crackers down here somewhere, but all this stuff right here is gonna go inside that lunchbox. So I know this looks like a lot of snacks, and it might be. However, this is supposed to last us the entire week. I've got at least 20-something snack bars in there. That's enough for each of us for one per day. And then we have some, like, they're goldfish, but they're the penguin crackers. So I got all of this. Now we need to get this cooler packed with all of our breakfast stuff. Yeah, somehow I didn't record myself loading up the cooler, but there are a bunch of bottles of water, some Gatorade, and our things for breakfast, including like bagels and English muffins and a couple other things. We are on our way. Are you excited, Allison?
Yes.
What are you most looking forward to?
I don't know. All of it.
Just all of it, yeah. Just all of it. Riding the rides, eating all the good food. Now, 8 hours from now, we should be there. I know it's really hard to see, but I'm trying to take a video of this airplane. It was like spraying stuff on its crops and it flew like right over us. One of the highlights of our trip. But it was an 8-hour road trip and it really wasn't all that bad. I entertained myself with The Good Doctor. I don't know if any of you have seen that show or not, but I am obsessed. So I got the first 3 seasons from the library. A few hours later, we stopped for lunch, and it seems to be a thing that every time we go down south, we have to stop at Biscuit World for like breakfast, lunch, brunch, whatever you want to call it. We do have one in our area that's like 30 minutes away. We've never been. We kind of make it a special treat like when we're on vacation. But they have really huge biscuits. I mean, you can have them as a sandwich or as like a platter. But I got like ham, egg, and cheese. I didn't realize mine had a hash brown on it, and I got a side of hash browns too. But Allison got pancakes because pancakes are like her major food group. We were there for 30-40 minutes and then we were back on the road again. We have to go through tunnels and it was like the coolest thing. Allison's like, oh, look, there's a tunnel. So I had to get a little video of this. Finally, we made it to Charlotte, North Carolina. We could see part of the Carowinds in the distance. It was so awesome. The first thing we had to do was visit the hotel. This is the Spring Hill Suites, which is basically right on campus of Carowinds. Now, at this point in time, the Carowinds and King's Dominion needed reservations, but if you stayed at their particular hotel, you had automatic access to the park, which is why we chose to stay at this hotel. So we had to go check in first, and they had to give us wristbands in order to like secure our reservations. But after that, we were able to get the wagon all loaded up. We got her fan and everything, and then we were all set to go. The best part was it's only like a 5 to 10 minute walk from the hotel to the park. And when we got there, it was probably 90 something degrees and extremely sunny. So obviously it was very, very hot. But by the time we got there, it was like 4:30, 5 o'clock or so. The first thing on our mind was dinner. Now, I think that Carowinds has the best food out of any of the amusement parks that we have visited. At this point in time, they were doing the Grand Carnival at just about all of the Cedar Fair amusement parks. So we got to enjoy a little spectacle before grabbing dinner. Now, they have a big open area called Harmony Hall where you can get like barbecue, you get hamburgers, hot dogs, pizza, salads, that sort of thing. It is super, super good food. Our room is so wonderful. Starting off over here, it looks like there is a little coffee maker. How cute is that? So I don't know how it works. I'll figure it out. But then like down here, we've got a microwave and a mini fridge, and they have like a little office area with just a desk and a chair, which is really awesome. And then it's got a couch right here, bed comes out, and then we have 2 queen size beds. As you can see, we're pretty tired. And there's also like a half bathroom, sort of. Like the in here is just like the toilet and the sink. And that's all that's in here. And then there is another one over here that's just a bathtub and a sink. So it's actually really cool. This place is so nice looking. They just built this hotel very recently. We are excited to stay in it, and now we just need to relax for a while. Well, it is currently about 7:30 on Sunday morning. Now, the park doesn't open up until 11 now. So we have a ton of time just kind of chill out here at the hotel room. They have breakfast here that starts at 7, and I'm really happy because it was for a little bit that they had grab and go breakfast bags, but now they're back to their standard hot breakfast, which I'm super excited about. So we're about to head downstairs and grab some breakfast and then come up here, and we're gonna watch church online. Thankfully, our church has an online option, so we're gonna go and do that. You know, it feels so weird getting to sleep in. And by sleeping in, I mean like 5:45, 6 o'clock. Like I'm used to waking up at 4:30 every single morning. So like my body just naturally woke me up at 5:30, like, all right, let's go, it's time to go. So it's gonna feel really good to sleep in this week. But I'm starving, we're gonna go get some breakfast. I was so happy to see like a huge hot breakfast bar. They have cereal, milk, yogurt. They also have scrambled eggs, 2 different kinds of sausage. They also had oatmeal, muffins, both blueberry and chocolate chip muffins. And they also had some orange juice, bananas, and a waffle making station. I didn't have any waffles the entire time actually, but I think John got one just about every day. Super easy to make and pretty filling. But this time around, I got like some scrambled eggs, some sausage, some oatmeal. I love their oatmeal. And then Allison got some yogurt and a muffin. Didn't like the eggs or anything. And of course, they had coffee. So we were up on the 3rd floor. We were able to see most of the park by going just like down the hallway, looking out the huge window. So beautiful. The park itself doesn't open until 11, so we hung out in the hotel a bit until it was time to go. It is a beautiful cloudy day right now. Kind of a chance of rain, but hopefully that means it's going to keep a lot of the people away. So, park opens in about 12 minutes. Allison wants to go ride some stuff in the kids area first. I want to go check out some of the coasters. Maybe. We'll have to go see what everything looks like. But I have a feeling today is going to be a great day. We wanted to get up into the Carolina Sky Tower. Think of this as like the Eiffel Tower, like at Kings Island, but they don't have that there. But this is like a big tower that takes you all the way up there and spins around very slowly just so you can get a good look at the park. I was able to get a little bit of video of just like the entire park just to see like what kind of rides were there and how busy it was. There were some beautiful sights. Take a look at this new thing that they have. This is a poke bowl, and you can choose between either rice or greens. You can choose a protein, either chicken, shrimp, whatever that is, and tofu. So I got some shrimp, there's some red onions, cucumber, edamame, pineapple, and a sweet chili sauce on top, and then some carrots. This looks amazing. So, what do you think of vacation so far?
I love it.
It's been pretty good so far?
Yeah.
What's been your favorite ride?
I don't know. I have a lot of favorites.
You have a lot of favorites? I like the pirate ship that we did. That one was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
And Woodstock Express.
Yeah.
Get to ride more this week.
Totally.
John got on Copperhead Strike, one of their newer rides, to try it out for us and see how it was. We've ridden it before, but it's been a couple of years. Before heading back to the hotel for a little while, we were going to be meeting a friend for dinner that night, actually. So I wanted to grab some iced coffee. And I mean, you know Starbucks. You know Starbucks has high prices, and it's even worse at amusement parks. But I spent my $6 on an espresso, went back to the hotel. We went to go visit a friend we hadn't seen in a very long time. It was a really good night. Good morning. It is our third-ish day of vacation, technically second full day. It is 5:30 in the morning, and I am here in the fitness room in the hotel. Marathon training does not end, unfortunately, so I'm in here getting ready to just walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes. This place is amazing. Look how huge it is. There's a place for weights back there. There's like some medicine balls back there. There's 3 treadmills, and then there's also 2 of the ellipticals as well, which is really awesome. So I'm gonna get my workout in real quick, come back upstairs just in time for everyone else to wake up, and then I'll go shower, then we'll have breakfast. So I gotta admit, we were kind of worried about today. Yesterday and the day before, we've been looking at the weather, and it's been saying like thunderstorms all day today. And we've just been like, we don't really want to find anything else to do. We want to go ride rides. So seriously, I think Allison has a direct line to God or something, because when she prays, like stuff happens. So we've been praying all last night for the rain to kind of clear up, and it was kind of rainy this morning, but it went from like 60-80% chance of rain down to like the 30s, which is amazing. And on days like this, nobody wants to go to the park. It's going to be wet, chance of rain, nobody wants to risk it. So I have a feeling today is going to be not busy at all, which means we'll get to basically walk on all the rides. And I'll take that any day. So it is currently almost 9 o'clock. So we still have a couple hours before the park opens. We have just been sitting here playing games. Let's see if I can turn this around so you guys can see. I've got my Neopets over here, and then Allison is watching TV. or on her tablet watching some Daniel Tiger. So we are just going to chill for a little bit and then head out to the park. It's been an interesting morning so far. It was drizzling for a little bit and then it stopped after like 10 minutes. Very, very cloudy. There's like nobody here. I walked pretty much right on to Intimidator, the big red ride you just saw a second ago. And I rode a spinny balloon ride with Allison and now I am not feeling good. It's horrible, but I'm gonna try to ride as much as I can anyway. So they have this thing called a parent swap pass, and what you do is like if you're like two parents with a child and the child can't ride the ride, then the parent that wants to ride will wait in line, they'll ride the coaster, and then the other parent and the child will come up the exit. They'll show them this pass, and then the two parents can literally swap. That way the other parent can ride and they don't have to wait in line. It is such a cool idea. And I don't know if we'll need to do this today because it's not busy at all, but it is nice to have just in case. One of the things that you can get on the meal plan is Chick-fil-A. So we all stopped right after riding one of the rides to grab some nuggets and fries. One of the only things that Allison will eat here, actually. This was one of those unfortunate times where it decided to pour the rain. I wanted to ride Copperhead Strike, and it was not raining this bad when I was waiting in line, but I got to ride this thing in the rain, and they were like, hey, who's ready to ride Copperhead Strike in the rain? And everyone's like, yeah! I was like, I don't know, but I had no choice. I was already on it, so I got completely soaked. It was insane. When we got done, I was like, what just happened? Because rain hurts when you are on a roller coaster. As you can see, it is a little bit wet outside. I don't know if we can show you like the rain out there, but oh my goodness. I just rode Copperhead Strike in this stuff. There is a small percent chance of rain, and it is at that small percent now. It is so, look, I mean, she's soaked, I'm soaked. It was a super fun ride though. I couldn't even see though. I could not open my eyes the entire time. But yeah, I think we're gonna hang out here in the arcade for a short while and maybe play some games. Now, Fury is one of the rides that is most popular here. It's one of the Giga coasters. Super, super tall. It's called Fury 325, so it's 325 feet tall. And it doesn't go upside down, but it is super tall and super fast. So John and I would take turns like getting on it off and on throughout the next couple of days. right, show us the puppy you got. Choco, is it a boy or a girl? That's her name is Choco. Awesome. Yes, it is raining a little bit again. We've ridden basically everything we've wanted to ride so far. Might just go back to the hotel for a little bit, hang out, and then come back for dinner. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. We're walking back to the hotel and we turned around and looked. This is the top of Intimidator. People are stuck on the top of the hill. Guys, if that were me, I would die. I'm hoping that they get off okay and that there's no other issues. Holy cow. We wanted to try something a little bit different for dinner, so we headed toward the back of the park to go to this country kitchen, I believe it's called. They have like a lot of the items you would find at one of the barbecue places. They had chicken, they had smoked sausage, they had pizza. So Allison, of course, got pizza, and I got smoked sausage. And a couple other side items were like macaroni and cheese, sweet potato casserole, I think some greens. I got this sweet potato casserole. Guys, this was like a dessert. It was so, so good. And I also had a biscuit on the side. But this is a nice change from a lot of the fried foods that you would find at amusement parks. I mean, there's nothing wrong with fried foods every so often, but this was definitely a nice change. And then afterward, John wanted to ride a couple more things. There's a sneak peek of the Ricochet ride, something that I wanted to get on in the next day or two. We also wanted to go souvenir shopping, and John and I love shirts. Whenever we go somewhere new, we like to get a t-shirt as our souvenir, and we thought that Fury would be the best shirt to get. It took a while. I really couldn't find anything that I absolutely loved. Settled on a shirt. There was one that John got that I really wanted, but they didn't have any in a size small, but I still like what I had gotten. And then we ended the day with some ice cream. Allison and I chose to get some Dippin' Dots. Well, we are on our last full day at the Carowinds. It's been an amazing couple of days. Now yesterday, yeah, it rained a ton. It was like off and on though, but we were able to ride like everything we wanted to, basically yesterday for the most part. Today is a little bit of the same, weather-wise. The high today is like 78 or 79, which is going to be beautiful. It's going to be cloudy, hopefully not busy, similar to yesterday. The one ride that I want to get on no matter what is Ricochet. And Ricochet is like one of those mousetrap rides. I don't know if you know what those are, but it goes like zoom, 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 like back and forth, like really fast. Allison rode it a couple years ago and loved it, so we're gonna try to get on that again. And I wanted to try to get on Copperhead Strike again, because riding that in the rain Oh my goodness. I mean, I couldn't keep my eyes open. I had no idea where I was going, so it was not the most enjoyable experience. But I would like to try as long as the lines aren't too bad. Gonna try to figure out what things I want for lunch and dinner because these are the last 2 times that we can eat here this week. So, gotta wait for this laundry to finish and then go back to the park. I decided to try the Copperhead Strike one more time, this time not in the rain. I brought my phone with me because the stuff, all the decorations and stuff inside the line, I just couldn't pass it up. Although the entire time I was on the ride, I was freaking out trying to keep my hand on my pocket to make sure my phone didn't fall out. Then lunchtime, we went back to the country kitchen. I got rotisserie chicken, which that thing was huge. Then I got the mac and cheese. John got that last night and it was really good. And then a biscuit to go with it. And of course, Allison got pizza. Basically, pizza and Chick-fil-A are about the only 2 things she will get at an amusement park. Now, Ricochet, we're finally getting in line for that. Allison rode it 2 years ago and loved it, but we were like halfway in line and she decided, no, I don't want to ride it. And she was about done at this point. She's like, I miss my friends, I miss everything. So John and I kind of switched off and rode it. For dinner, we went back to Harmony Hall, and I got another one of those poke bowls. Basically the same as last time, but I got chicken instead of shrimp, and I also got some jalapenos on it. It was so, so good. I wish that Kings Island would have something like this, actually. After dinner, we went to this little play area that's inside the park. It's perfect for kids who either don't want to ride anything at the moment, maybe it's too busy to go ride rides, too hot, whatever. But Allison played in here for probably like 10, maybe 15 minutes, just enough to kind of let out some of her energy. Wow. Alright, so John has refused to do an interview, but he said that despite his better judgment, and for the sake of YouTube, he is going to be doing this ride over here, because I do not have the courage to do this myself. This man is my hero. He said this is his last ride. they're stuck. Oh no. Oh, this is not good. Oh no. What have I done? Oh, I'm such a horrible wife. Oh no. Oh no. I just got my husband stuck on a ride. I just got him stuck on a ride. I can't believe this is happening. He wanted to do it for YouTube, and it chose this moment to get stuck. I'm so sorry, John. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, before they got on, I saw two of the workers, like, talking to each other. One was on the phone. He gave the other guy a thumbs up, and then started letting everyone on. And then, like, the ride went up, and then it stopped, as you saw. So I don't know what happened. It's only been about 5 minutes so far, but seriously, I hope to get down soon. Oh my goodness. Okay, something's happening. I think they're moving. The maintenance crew is here. I hope they can get them all down. Oh, thank you, God, they're coming down. Oh, thank you, Jesus. All right, John, you need to get off this ride right now, please. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I am fine. I'm fine. Everything is okay.
And it all went on YouTube. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Nothing happened.
It is safe to say that John did not ride the ride. They had to shut it down. So, yeah, now it's like 6:30. So we're gonna go maybe check a few more things out, get ready for bed, because tomorrow we've got a 5-hour road trip. Never mind, everybody. He's making another decision. He's getting on the Vortex. The Vortex, I believe, is a standing coaster. So let's check this out, and hopefully he still has some luck and the ride does not close. We are on the road again. It is a little after 7:30. We are now heading toward King's Dominion, which is in Virginia. Now, we did kind of make a mistake because we thought it was only like 3 or 4 hours away. It's closer to 5. But thankfully, King's Dominion doesn't open up until 12 o'clock. So we've got plenty of time. Depending on how hungry we are, we may stop for lunch before we get there, or we might wait until 1-ish and eat there at the park. Not really sure yet, but I've loaded up with coffee. We just stopped and got gas. Now it is time for our 5-hour trip. Thankfully, it was a very uneventful 5 hours, and before we knew it, we were at King's Dominion. Now, Virginia was a lot hotter than North and South Carolina was. It was a little unexpected for me, but we donned our sunscreen, put on our caps, and went straight for lunch. They had a pizza place up front, but it was closed, so we had to walk a little bit toward the back of the park to find this other like pizza / pasta restaurant. They had pizza for Allison, which is what we wanted, and they also had like a baked pasta. So John and I got that. It was like penne with the spaghetti sauce, mozzarella cheese, meatballs on it as well. Oh my goodness, this stuff was really good. And pasta, I mean, pasta is a nice change from like the chicken fingers and stuff, kind of like what I had said before. Next up, we wanted to ride Twisted Timbers. Now, this coaster came out like a year after we had gone, so we have never had a chance to ride this thing. This is like a hybrid coaster, half wood and half like steel. It goes into a corkscrew on the way down the first hill. Never seen anything like that before, so John got on it first to check things out. Alright, so while I'm waiting for John, I wanted to talk a little bit about King's Dominion. So last time we were here was in 2017, so 4 years ago for us. Allison was about 3. We came here with my parents, and I don't remember a whole lot about this park. I don't think I rode a whole lot. I think I just hung out with Allison a lot of the time. But King's Dominion came out a little bit after King's Island did, and they copied a lot of the layout from King's Island. So there is an Eiffel Tower. Some of the layout is a little bit of the same, like especially at the front of the park, but they have different rides. So this time around, like we have 3 days to do whatever we want. So I'm gonna try to ride as much as I can. Next up, we kind of scoped out Kiddieland a little bit. Allison wasn't too keen on riding mini rides at the moment. It was basically right after lunch. So we looked around. A lot of the rides that they have are really similar to what's at King's Island. So she didn't want to ride, you know, those same old rides. But looking around, they have a stage right there for dance parties and little shows that they have. There's characters dressed up as the Peanuts people. So that was really cool. But Allison ended up wanting to ride like this little monorail sort of ride. It's like their cars are rocket ships, and it just goes slowly around the little course and then comes back. I was highly disappointed because there's a coaster called the Volcano and there was a ride called the Crypt. Both of them were shut down, taken down, and now there's a fence there that hid everything. It was really sad because I kind of wanted to ride the Volcano. But now we are going toward Intimidator 305, which is another Giga coaster. Super tall, as you can see, and super fast, kind of rough. John got on it first, and then I got on it afterward. This ride right here actually makes me black out after the first hill. Not that I pass out, but my eyes grow dark and I can't see anything for a couple of seconds just because of the pressure or the force of going down that hill. It's crazy. But needless to say, I only rode it once and that was enough for me. After hanging out at the park for a while, we went to Kroger to stock up on a couple things. I didn't realize until we were like halfway to North Carolina that I forgot to pack the yogurt. So I bought some yogurt, I bought some string cheese, bought some extra bottles of water because I didn't realize how much we would drink, and then I got some extra Gatorade because it was really, really hot. So after that, we drove over to our cabin campsite. It's like right next door to King's Dominion, basically. We can't walk over there, but it's only like a 2-minute drive. So we pulled in, got our keys, and then walked over to our cabin. Now, this probably looks familiar because this is the same corporation that works with like Cedar Point and also Carowinds. They have the same style of cabin. So we stayed in the cabin that's got the 2 bathrooms, just like we did with my family when we stayed at Cedar Point. Same basic layout. It's got the 2 futon couches up front along with the TV. It has the mini kitchen with a miniature fridge, microwave, coffee maker. This one had a toaster, actually. A little cabinet or countertop right there to sit in. It has the 2 loft type bedrooms. So there's a bed on each side of the loft there. And like I just said, there were 2 bathrooms, 2 showers, which is helpful if you have more people. And then we have a bedroom in the back there, and that bedroom was where John and I slept. Allison was going to sleep up in the loft, but she wanted to sleep downstairs, which was probably helpful, especially considering the problem she had throwing up at Cedar Point. So after a little bit, we went back to the park and started looking for dinner. Now they have that Grand Carnival going on here as well as at Carowinds. So we got to see a lot of the people like walking around and doing some cool stuff. We got burritos, or rather burrito bowls. This one had rice, black beans, cheese, jalapenos, some green salsa, and they gave us a big side of tortilla chips, and they asked if we wanted some queso to go with it. I'm like, yeah, we do. So I couldn't even finish all of this. It was so good. And then Allison got Chick-fil-A, eating it right there in the wagon. Now, the last time we were here, we saw these mushroom guys. There's some animatronic mushrooms that sing every 15 minutes or so. Allison hated them 4 years ago when we saw them last time. Let's see if she still dislikes them.
How you doing, folks? Aren't you glad you waited for this? One who loves nobody else but you. I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old dad. That married dear old dad.
So King's Dominion has a ride just like Ricochet, and this one is called Apple Zapple. So John and I, of course, had to get on this one to test it out. And we got to watch the parade from the Grand Carnival. At that point, it was like 7:45 and the park closed at 8, so we went home for the evening. Oh gosh, Thursday morning. Let me tell you, the weirdest thing happened last night. So, as you saw, there was a bedroom toward the back of the cabin. That's where John and I slept, okay? There's a TV in there. Somewhere around 2 in the morning, we hear this weird voice, okay? And it sounded like a man's voice, kind of like what you would hear over the radio, kind of staticky, whatever. And then like the TV started making some noise. Like it wasn't on. Like you could see the screen wasn't on, but it was making like a weird staticky like beeping noise or something. Like we sat up like what in the world was that? Cuz first I heard the guy's voice. I'm like, what is going on? And then like John got up and he started looking at the TV and everything, and it just wasn't, wasn't on. So he finally unplugged it and everything turned off and it was quiet again. That was the weirdest and creepiest thing I have ever seen. And I mean, obviously we checked out in the cabin. Allison was fine. Nobody else was in the cabin. It was just so weird. But I've got my coffee. I'm just waiting for it to cool off a little bit. Gonna grab some breakfast soon. We went to Kroger yesterday and I didn't even think that we'd be going out shopping. So I bought all this stuff for breakfast before we left for the trip. And yesterday when I put the ice over everything in the cooler, some water and ice got into the English muffins and the English muffins are not edible. So I think we're gonna have to go up to like little convenience store area that's up at the office of the cabins and see what they have. We still have bagels, which is good, but it's not gonna be enough to last us the entire weekend. So yeah, I'm gonna finish my coffee. And then there's a play area out here. King's Dominion doesn't open until 12. So Allison's gonna go play and kind of burn off some energy before the park opens. And it's gonna be a great day. It looks like it's a clear day, not as hot as yesterday. It's gonna be awesome. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi in the whole campground was down. I could still sort of get on the Wi-Fi from King's Dominion, but just barely. So I took my backpack with my computer in it over to the playground with John and Allison. Allison got to play for a little bit, and I went inside to ask them about the Wi-Fi, and they're like, yeah, it's down. We're waiting for a part for it. But it turns out that I could easily reach King Dominion's Wi-Fi from the office area in there. So I went inside, looked around the convenience store area. I got myself a coffee. The coffee from the cabin was just not very good, so I didn't drink it. So I got some coffee from here and got to sit down on the couch inside like the little lounge area, and seriously, it is so comfortable and so just, I don't know, nice and quiet. I was able to get about an hour or so of work done. I need to scope out the place a little bit. So last time we were here, like I said before, was like 4 years ago. And at that point I was still running, and I just so happened to have a 10-mile run scheduled for that one of those days. So I remember running around here, and it was so weird. I remember listening to Harry Potter on my phone, like the audiobook. And I got, how long did I get? like 5 miles, maybe even 6 miles in, when it started raining like crazy. So I had to cut my run early. But I remember that. I just need to walk around a little bit, check out all the scenery. I'm kind of walking like on the road sort of right now, but there is tons of campers, tents and stuff around here too. Yeah, I've got 17 miles scheduled for tomorrow. I just want to see like how far everything is around here, whether I can make it 17 miles without having to run around the same camper like 100 times. Crazy. But it's nice and quiet back here. Beautiful weather. I'm gonna scope the place out and then head back to the cabin. Park opens in about an hour and a half or so. Gotta get ready for a good day. They opened up at noon, so the first thing we did was look for lunch. Allison got pizza, once again, and we decided to go to this place right here. It was like a country kitchen area. And just like at Carowinds, they have like pulled pork and chicken, that sort of thing. So I ended up getting pulled pork and baked beans and a corn muffin. This stuff is so good. I was not really feeling anything fried today. I was waiting until the next day for that. But this was the day before my huge run. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't fill my stomach with a bunch of stuff that would make me not feel good later. Afterward, John and Allison tried a new ride called the Flying Ace. Now, this is basically a miniature version of the Wind Seeker, where it's basically a big swing that lifts you high up in the air and just kind of goes around in a circle. They don't have anything like this for the kids at Kings Island, so this was fun yet terrifying to watch her do this.
Are you ready for this?
I hope so.
Now, Allison is not too big on t-shirt souvenirs or like little trinkets or anything. She likes having toys and not even things from the park itself. So at Carowinds, she got a little Squishmallow, and this time around she wanted Build-A-Bear. Well, actually, I said Build-A-Bear because they had Isabelle from Animal Crossing, but we didn't realize that Isabelle came with clothes that like you couldn't take off of her. She likes to dress up her toys. So she was really upset until I found out there was a Pokemon, the Score Bunny, in there. So she got herself a Score Bunny and she got a little dress to go with it. That would be it.
It's okay.
Not too bad, how you been?
dinner was at the Grain and Grill, and holy cow, you guys, this is awesome. It's like an international kind of restaurant. I got chicken, a pesto penne, some pita bread, and some tzatziki sauce. That thing was so good. Something kind of light and easy on my stomach, which was perfect for the next day. After that, we did a little bit of looking around the shops. I wasn't sure what kind of t-shirt I wanted, whether I wanted something from a ride or just a general King's Dominion shirt. We kind of looked around, didn't really see anything that we loved, so we stopped there and just went back to the cabin. I just looked at myself for the first time this morning and realized I look like a mess. I just finished a 15-mile run this morning. Technically, it was supposed to be 17 miles. However, we are going back to the park today, and I expect to be doing like at least another 5 miles of walking. So I'm okay with cutting it a little bit short today. If I weren't going to an amusement park, I probably would have tried to do the full 17, but I think 15 is okay, especially with all the walking we did earlier this week too. Oh my goodness. So John and Allison are actually out at the playground right now, trying to burn off some energy. I need to grab some food and then shower, and the park opens up here in a little bit, so we're gonna go have one last day of fun. Let me tell you about our lunch adventure on the last day. We walked all the way to the back of the park to the water park because we heard there was some really good food there, but the food trucks and stuff were closed. So then we went over to this place, Outer Hanks, which was supposed to be like seafood and stuff. They were closed. So we finally walked over to this chicken shack, and thankfully they were open, although it still took about 15 minutes for them to make our food. But I got the fried food I wanted. I got some chicken tenders and I got some french fries, and it was like the best chicken and fries I've had in quite a while. This was the one day on our vacation where the Eiffel Tower was actually up and running. So I knew we had to get up there, check things out, look over at where the volcano and the crypt ride used to be. It was just a big pile of rubble now, unfortunately. But it was really cool being able to see the park from way up high. I had a huge headache because I didn't drink coffee that morning. So Allison and I went to Starbucks and enjoyed an iced coffee and some milk while John went to go ride another ride or two. I just needed to sit for a while. I was quite tired. So while we were sitting here in Starbucks, a lady came up to us and asked if we were still going to be here for a while. She gave us a $10 game card. They were getting ready to leave. Had no use for it, so oh my gosh, that was so nice. Allison and I, if she could behave, we're gonna go play a couple of games and see if we can win some prizes. Unfortunately, we didn't win anything from the games, but that's all right. We ended up getting dinner. Allison, you see, got pizza. I got some shrimp and waffle fries from the Outer Hanks, the seafood place. So I was pretty happy about that. Next up, we walked over to grab some crafts for Allison. The Grand Carnival had like little craft things that she could do, make a crown, a coloring picture, that sort of thing. And then we kind of stopped to watch some of the shows for a little bit. Then we celebrated with some Italian ice and some ice cream to finish out our last day of vacation. Well, it is the last morning. We are getting ready to leave and come back home. I cannot tell you how excited Allison is. She's done really, really well this past week, but I'm starting to think a week-long vacation was a little bit much. She was missing home, missing her friends, but it's currently a little after 6:30. We just finished up breakfast, just gotta finish packing up everything, and then got to get ready for our 8-hour road trip home. The trip itself wasn't all that bad, really. I mean, I was able to watch my show for most of the time, and I'll probably finish it on the way home. I have some meal planning to do. I'll be placing a Walmart order so I can pick that up tomorrow. So I don't have to worry about, doing all the shopping today and stuff. And then I've got frozen pizza at home, so as soon as we get home, I'm sticking those suckers in the oven, and we're just gonna have a quick and easy dinner. I should probably go back inside though and help them pack. Another 8 hours to get home. Thankfully, it didn't seem to go by very slowly. I still had my shows to watch. And once again, we stopped off at Biscuit World because Allison said she wanted breakfast for lunch. So she got pancakes again. I ended up getting like eggs and bacon and a biscuit and potatoes. A really yummy lunch for me. And then finally, we made it home. We stopped to get gas. We drove back home. It felt so good to be back in the area. We made it. We're home. We're finally home. It didn't take very long. It was not a long trip at all. I mean, it was 8 hours, but it didn't feel all that long. Watching TV certainly helped. Allison immediately ran back that way toward her room. She's excited to be home. Now, gotta start some laundry. I just turned on the oven. Gotta have some frozen pizza, some broccoli for dinner, and finally settle down. Man, we had such a blast over the past week. Really, really tired, but thankful that we were able to do it. Now, I wanted to get John and Allison in on like a post-vacation interview, but Allison didn't want anything to do with it. So I just kind of asked her a few questions and gonna share a little bit with you now. So she said she loved both parks. I agree, both parks were really, really good. If I had to choose, I would definitely say Carowinds is superior. First of all, they have the best food, and secondly, their rides are like out of this world. Their coasters far surpass King's Dominion, although I do like King's Dominion, if not just for the one roller coaster, Twisted Timbers. We also decided that one whole week of amusement parks is probably not a good idea, and that if we do this again, we'll just do like 3 full days at one amusement park. Because at the middle of the week, Allison was like, I'm just so done. She missed her friends, she missed home. So I'm thinking like half a week would be much better than a full week. But besides that, we had a blast, and I can't wait to go back again, hopefully next year. So I'm so happy that you all were able to join me. Thank you for watching all of our adventures, the ups, the downs, the absolute terrifying, oh my goodness. So as always, make sure you subscribe to this channel and like this video and ring that bell, and that way you'll be notified when my other awesome amusement park videos come out, as well as my other grocery hauls, recipes, and meal planning tips. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later. Did you know I offer one-on-one nutrition coaching? Whether your goal is to lose weight, eat healthier, or just want to know how to get started, I can help. you can schedule a free weight loss discovery call by using the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to chat with you.